And greetings, travelers. It's me, APG, with another Throwing Parts Thursday. So I hope you got those action pants on and all charged up and ready to go. And as always, I hope whatever time of day it is for you and whatever it is you might be doing, well, I hope it's going good. Alright, we're going to hang here for just a minute, and I'll explain why. I know we've seen it. We're tired of it. Going to wait for some folk to pop in, perhaps. And look at that. I have broken the 200 subscriber mark. Thank you very much, everybody, for dropping my link in chats and trying to get me back to where I was before. 600 and something to get back where I was. But I'm not worried about it. We'll get there. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Oh, looks like I got some people popping in. It looks like we got Pez, my main man Pez. How you doing tonight? By the way, I got to see something that Pez was working on last night. And let me tell you, when he's done with this, it's going to be pretty cool. KJPC, what is going on? The lovely KJ. And the one, the only, Lava Lamp. Thank you guys for stopping in tonight. I really appreciate it. I know my times are always a little funky. Just getting out of work 15 minutes ago, and blah blah blah. Alright, we're gonna hang just for a minute. I want to see if we get more than the 2 that is showing, even though there's 3 in chat plus me, so technically YouTube there should be 4. But YouTube is only showing me 2. And now it's showing me 1. So I don't know how accurate that is. Bobby McGee, what is going on? Thank you, thank you. Pez, feel free to drop your own link. I don't mind. Want to get you up there. Hold on one sec. I gotta untwist my headset here. Hold on. Starting to choke me there. Alright, looks like we got 6 people in there. Most of y'all have seen everything I'm about to show except for what I was up until 5 in the morning this morning finishing. After rebuilding, I want to say 5 times at Veritas. What is going on, V? Thank you for stopping in. Good to see you, my friend. Right on, Bobby. So again, I want to thank everybody who has been dropping my link in chats and trying to get me back up towards at least the 800 mark. 600 more to go. We got some time, so I'm not worried about it. Sci-Fi guy, what is going on? Look at some old friends popping in. Good to see these names. Thank you for stopping in and checking things out. I'm just gonna chill for just a minute and see who else may pop in, and then I'll start bopping around. There's a reason I'm starting here tonight. I know we've seen it and we're kind of over it at this point, but and thank you, KJ. And to my moderators, not that currently there's not, everyone who's in my who watches me already is pretty much subscribed to everybody we know already. Please feel free to drop your own links in mine and anyone else who we know already. Hopefully at some point there will be some people new to the community who don't already know us, but I am just happy to have some of the old names and old friends in here, and that means more to me than anything else. Yes, new subscribers are awesome. It's always great to get people interested in No Man's Sky and in building and glitch building. But this is the crew that makes me laugh. So, without further ado, and I'm just going to reset my YouTube. Yep, we got the standard 6 folk in here. Alright, so here's how this all went. Now, I was going to make a scene here, not that kind of scene, but I was going to build, a scene for this. But while we're bopping around and I'm explaining some stuff here, oh shoot, I forgot to turn on off my notifications. Damn it. I don't know if I can do that while I'm in stream without stopping. But I think I'm just going to do one per area, at least for now. Maybe I'll build another at some point. But right now, I am going to just stay with the one. And there's kind of a reason for that. So what I did was, and as most of you know, I had a little meltdown, had to take a break. Life really just got the better of me, and I let it get to me, and I shouldn't have. And I'm suffering in my sub count for it, but that's all right. So I came back to No Man's Sky because I knew I was going to anyway. It was just a question of when. And it had been a few months, and I was like, damn it, I don't know what to build. I want to build something. I want to get back into it, but I don't know what to build. So in my travels of exploring Seriousless Gaming, welcome, by the way. In my travels and exploring this wonderful new environments and biomes and the new amazing terrain, I was coming across a bunch of new flora. And I had set up an R&D and decided I was going to rebuild the old Atlas seed, only now I was going to call it the Void Egg, just due to the lore and the new, living ship and Void Egg stuff. I just thought it fit. It looked like an egg, and the whole egg thing went and worked. I'm going to get a lot of these things popping up, and I really should have shut off my notifications. I am currently, you know what? I know what I can do. I know how to fix that problem. And I saw all this wonderful new flora and fauna. Obviously, there's some really cool new critters. My favorite is the roly-poly and the little groundhog thing. I forget. People have got a new nickname for the Sean, or so, I forget. But anyway, to make the story longer and more boring, after running through doing another Void Egg in an R&D, I came across this planet, and I saw, these plants, and I was like, oh, it'd be really cool, at least in my mind. Oh, the Sid, thank you, Sci-Fi. Yeah, those things are hilarious. I've only seen them once, and I saw it on one of the last streams I did. And I haven't seen them since. Yeah, right? It almost does, these pearls. I'm calling them the living ship pearls. I've kind of, to go with what I'm doing here. And I'm going to get a lot of messages popping up. Can I do that on my side menu? Can I pop up a bouncy blue screen and shut those off? I'm going to do that in a minute here. I'm going to just upload again after I've deleted. That's no moon. That's one of APG's Void Eggs. So anyway, blah, blah, blah. Longer and more boring. Bouncing around, I thought the egg would look cool in here. So I went through a bunch of measuring and building and rebuilding and, watching the plant move up and down. And actually, it turns out I think it's not just moving up and down, but it is actually a different plant. And we'll come back here at the end of the stream just to see. But this one's been showing up on a regular basis. I've been keeping an eye on certain reference points just to let me know which plant is here, aside from where the pearl ends up landing. So anyway, as we all know, I got inspired to try to fit the pearl inside of the new void egg. So the void egg is now collecting the living ship pearl. Is kind of what I was going for here. So while I'm building it, I'm like, all right, well, I'm almost done with this. I could make a scene of it. I could have different positions, like, one partially grabbing it, and I may come back and do that. Another something or other, and then I'm like, well, wait a minute. As I've been exploring, I've noticed like all these really cool new plants that, are really big and interesting and have like cool stuff going on. Perhaps I will try to incorporate, like I did here, into some of the new plants. So that's what I started doing. And pardon me, I'm going to burp. Oh, excuse me. Charming. So after doing this one, I started bopping around and going, all right, well, which one am I going to do next? And I realized, as I flew into a planet, that this would be interesting to try to figure out something to build on. No, you can't see that. So I saw these cool trees, and I'm like, what if I make a big giant like flower out of that tree, And so I started messing around with this, and thankfully with this one and also the next one, although I had some help lining things up. Pez definitely helped me out on the last one and this one, and somebody else helped me out. I want to say it was Higgy's Tattoo, maybe, or I know Pez also. Somebody else, and I can't remember who. I just got home 15 minutes ago, roughly, so. So anyway, started cruising around, found this cool planet, which turned out has a worm that goes overhead, also has diplos, but not here, and these cool bipedal samurai-looking guys. So then I built this one. And tried to turn this tree into kind of like a big giant flower. And I've started coming up with some other ideas, and ER gave me a good suggestion about putting a leaf down here, but really congested, and I was kind of hoping that all the trees down here would kind of compensate for the lack of a leaf underneath. So thank you, Pez. So the first one, the egg, and now this tree here. This was fun. I only rebuilt this one, I think, twice. I think maybe 3 times. I built one section of it a couple of times, like each section, especially when I started trying to get the petals, to come down. I had to spend a little time trying different, reference points on it. So then I'm in the middle of this one going, all right, what am I going to do next? What's the next plant I'm going to try and incorporate? And while on stream building this, someone suggested I don't know the name of them, but we'll see it in a minute. So, and yes, thank you, Pez, for dropping that donate link to my PayPal. I am trying to save up for a new computer so that I may better my stream, show my ugly mug maybe in the corner there. But at least have like the tickers and the fun cool stuff when somebody subscribes and donates, like Zane and Beebs and Sword have. I really want to be able to do that stuff. Get a capture card so that when I'm streaming and the game inevitably blue screens, I don't have to stop stream, lose half of my viewers, to then restart stream again. So, capture card in a new computer is what I'm currently trying to save for. So, if you are not broke yourself and you feel like helping me out, then it is much appreciated. Let's just change the time of day just to get a different look here. But this was a little tricky. Wasn't exactly easy. Joby definitely helped me out too. That's right. Thank you. There's the name I was missing. Helped me try to figure out how to line things up and whatnot. And then the pattern was just, basically taking the same patterns as the void egg and, flattening it out. And Joby and I were working on something else. And actually, that reminds me. See the thing that I did a smaller version of, and then Joby did the version that we were both thinking of. And I haven't seen it finished yet, Joby. Is that done, by the way? Excuse me. Thank you, Veritas. All right. So we've seen this one. I like this one. I think it's just very alien looking, and it almost, let's try and roll up on it, as if we were an explorer who happened to land over here. Oh, nice, Joby. If you need a hand with that or, want some help placing pill lights, let me know. A pill light of the day keeps the blue screen away. There it is. Remember, Joby, I was trying to think of something. There's one of them. The pill light of the day helps keep the blue screen away. Or, I don't know about helps keep the blue screen away. It actually probably would create more of a blue screens. Now, I was kind of hoping from distance the lighting would work, but I have to get a little too close for the lights to kick on. We can sort of see it just happen there. So if I were a little explorer, I'm like, whoa, what is that? Coming through this thicket. Nice little archway of trees right here. Oh yeah, I spent like 10 minutes cameraing around here. And like, whoa, what the hell is this? Plus it makes a pretty pattern. Now, in all honesty, this is sloppy as hell. And there's a reason. And let's see if this is the tree that yep. Once the collision on this tree is pretty good size, and I'll kind of demonstrate it here, I think. Yeah, see, we got to see this pill light. So as I started drawing the center in, it started getting, and we're getting closer to the tree there. I couldn't get my camera angled properly because there's no up and down on the build camera yet. Hello Games, please. I love you guys. Please. I love you. Up and down on the build camera would really be great. Hello Games. So it's a little sloppy. But from a distance, I figured no one would really notice. But if we take our camera here and we'll take a look at the upper pattern and see how that flows right into the center there. And actually, I had finished the whole thing, and I looked at the bottom and realized I missed like a whole section of this lower portion. Oh, and it looks like I missed another one right here. Yep, I did indeed. So we're going to have to get in there and fix that. Not right now, though. You don't want to hear me swearing when all of it disappears. If I accidentally delete one part. I thought I had already fixed that and saved and uploaded, though. I could have sworn I did. That might be a case of walk away and walk back and have parts disappear. Trying to figure out how to do the pedals became an interesting thing, and then having them curve down. I managed to get this beautiful curve here, nice and smooth transition, and then I tried to repeat that, and honestly, I got tired. I think I made like 20 attempts, and I'm like, I'm all right with the little hanging bit. It kind of, it worked. Provided another little something. All right. So, and I'm thinking about maybe coming back at some point and, adding more so it looks like there's more than just the one. But I kind of like the one. It's, the endangered space orchid, the last of its breed. All right. I wish I had like cool music going on right now, like some sort of doodly 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 spacey music. But there's no music when you go into camera, which is a bummer. And that's another thing I'd love to be able to have the capture card and a PC that works, preferably a MacBook Pro. Oh yeah, there it is. There's one of the missing pieces. So right here should be a window. I put it in twice. I know it's there. But sometimes it shows up, sometimes it doesn't. And see, nobody even noticed. I did because I was looking for it. Alright. So, while building this one, I'm like, alright, what am I going to build after this one? I was like, this is a pain in the butt to build at an angle. And actually, so when you put the circle at an angle like that, placing your pill lights, you have to manually rotate each one, and that means that every single one is going to be slightly different. Because as that pill light hits the angle, it's trying to snap on to whatever the XY axis is normally, and then when I change that angle, the pill light is like, oh wait a minute, I only like to snap to these angles, and then so you throw the pill light up and you got to manually rotate, which means that it's never going to be perfect. I don't like to warp when it rains. I always seem to either blue screen or get stuck in that like infinite warp where I have to reload. So we'll hold off a minute. And I know this is like the jankiest little platform and room. I built this and I'm like, yo, really? You're gonna let this go? This is what you're building as a freaking landing pad platform? I'm like, a couple of floor panels and three glass windows and a rooftop. I was like, yeah, some glitch builder you are. Freaking janky little freaking landing pad that's not even attached to anything. It's just kind of floating aimlessly in space. But I didn't want to put something here. I kind of wanted to keep this as like a natural fly into it in the wild. There's no landing pad, there's no structure. It's just like this endangered, last of its kind sort of thing, And again, I just want to thank everybody for stopping in and hanging out tonight. Totally appreciate it. Alright, now, I know most of you, and if not all of you, have seen this one as well. Thank you for your patience while we let the storm go. I just don't like the noise because sometimes like the rain and the warp noise mix, and I think the game gets confused and sometimes locks up on me, and I already have bad enough luck with that. So we're gonna take our time and we'll actually just look at this in the rain just for a moment. See what it looks like. Well, that really bums me out, that one section, it's always that one piece. And I'm beginning to wonder now, because I know I fixed and saved this, I'm almost beginning to wonder now if this is also a case of that. Because if you look here on these edges, you've got these, smaller V shapes right here, and that kind of atlas shape in the negative. And you can tell how sloppy it is, I admit. But, hey, it's organic, it's a flower, And I know factually I fixed this. I saved it twice. I hung around here for a while, wore it back, came back, saved it again. I know it's been fixed. Perfect time in Spacesuit Siri. So then, while building this one, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get the pain in the butt angled ring out of the way, because trying to follow the angle of the plant, you know, and find the center, find the angle, make it as centered as possible. In this particular case, having the tree disappear as soon as I put down a floor panel. You know, there was just too many factors. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get the next hardest one out of the way. I hate the fact that it loses its light at that distance. Hopefully the PlayStation 5, if I can afford that someday, will be better at that render distance. So, anyway, let's move on. Yeah, but so I'm like, all right, let's get the next hardest one out of the way. And then in stream building this one, someone recommended to me and sent me a picture of these funky plants. And I was like, ooh, that would make a nice flower as well. That works perfectly. Let us build that. All right, close your eyes. Everybody, turn your head away from the stream just for a moment. That way you don't see the picture, because I foolishly put the picture up there, thinking that somebody in creative might want to visit it. So, this one, Pez and I were trying to figure out how to get the right angle on it. We tried a couple of different things, and then we did one angle, and I thought it was going to work. Built a couple of the petals just to see where they were going to, you know, start to vortex in. Excuse me, start playing around with petal designs, realized the angle was a bit too far off. And then I was kind of by myself, so I'm like, all right, I got to figure this out. Did a few things, found a slightly better angle. The center's a bit off, more than I would have liked, but I tried to compensate that by hiding certain things. More pillow lights, more windows. And now that I've finished this one, mostly, we're going to actually play here. I built a little landing pad station for this one. I don't know why. I just felt like doing it. Just because I wanted to play around with some deco ideas, and, you know, now that the metal walls don't phase the same anymore. So I started to mess around, just, you know, building a little, you know, landing pad area thingamajiggy. So we'll come back in here and we'll throw some parts in this one. And now from a distance, you should be able to see the other one that I just built. And we're going to hang here for a minute while I go do something real quick. I threw this together pretty quick, so I'm, you know, again, it's just, you know, it's like a mini R&D here. I'm just kind of chucking some stuff around and seeing what happens to try to figure out some things. You know, see if I come up with any fun new things. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. And this flower actually has some pollinating elephant bees and something else. I'm not quite sure. I gotta bring up their pictures. But there's these little flying elephant head thingies they look like elephant heads with squid bodies without the tentacles. You know how the squid has that sort of arrowhead fin off the back of it, and then the tentacles are actually towards its mouth and eyes. That's what these look like, only without the squid head, it looks like a little tiny baby elephant. So this is the new one, the new flower. And I'm trying to come up with like cool names for all of them, but I'm not there yet. So this is build number 3. And that was a perfect call on that plant. Had that person not told me and I had, flown around and seen it, I would have been like, hell yeah, that's my next one. Yeah, like similar to a cuttlefish pest, yes. Um, this one's neater, uh, although this one got screwed up somehow, and of course it's right in the front. Um, but I like the pattern that these outer petals have. Um, and then this is the underneath portion. So you can see why this is really difficult to get a good angle at. I almost now think I should have gone flat with it, to be honest with you. And actually, the next one I build, I think I will build flat. But I liked putting it at an angle so that when you're looking at it from, this view here, you had that tilt, and you could see the, the interior. You could see how it kind of, curls in. But it is definitely not centered. But I tried to, basically I tried to hide it, and make it look like that's how it was supposed to be. It's not bad. It definitely could have moved, been pushed back probably, a little nudge and it would have been perfect. But from an overhead view, unfortunately you miss that interior pattern, which is kind of a bummer. The X's in there. But it's also kind of neat that you only see, that bit right there. And then the other issue I had was I built it a little bit too high. Oh yeah, here's the creatures. Look at these little cute little things. Aren't those the cutest yet creepiest little things you've ever seen? Squidophants? No. They got little butts! Ah! Oh, I never zoomed in on these. Look, they got little baby butts. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness. Alright, hilarious is like made me laugh so hard I thought I was gonna go insane, but oh. Oh, I'm glad I don't have a camera right now. Oh my goodness. That is the cutest little thing. That made this thing 100 times cuter. It really did. Oh my goodness. I need to name these. I've never named, I don't think I've ever named, I don't name much of anything. I should start doing that, but I'm too obsessive about stuff like that. And it has to hit me too, if I sit there trying to make up a name, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it just hits. That is the cutest little thing. Oh my goodness. Just John, what's going on? Welcome. Oh man, the crew is in the house tonight. All we're missing is like Kibbles, ER, JC, American Psycho. Who am I missing? Who else? Who's not in tonight? There are a bunch of people not in. I stream at a weird hour and a weird day, and a lot of people can't make it, which is cool. Yeah, I get it. All right. Those are the cutest little things. And to top it off, they're like little bees to the flower. They come around and sometimes they book through and I guess pollinate. There's these other things, we'll see them in a minute, and they fart this like purple clouds. They go zipping by. So I've got these little What are these? The little elephant butt squid thingies. There's too many elements to these little things. Although the main element would be the elephant portion. And this dude keeps landing over here. I don't need your junk, but it's cool. I actually kind of dig that they added that. It is kind of a neat thing, although sometimes now I'm like, is that somebody just joining my game? But this one came out pretty decent, I'd have to say. I'm pretty alright with this one. Despite, my vision of, the center of it, which would have been, a top-down and dead center, some of these, I'll call them frills, the parts oozing out here on the edge. Had I centered that, I think it would have looked pretty spectacular. And we would have seen more of what's going on here. But again, the natural thing, it's that, it definitely has its... and actually, I'm not 100% done with this. I need to light the ends of the pedals. So actually, we'll do that before we leave here. That's not a bad pattern. I didn't even look at some of this before. I actually just finished this at 5 this morning, and then woke up, looked at it a little bit, and then went to work. So pardon me if I spend a little too much time ogling my own build here, finding the mistakes, and admiring the pretty stuff, and looking for good screenshots. And also, I need a moment. That's the only downside too with streaming at this hour, getting home from work, and you guys have heard me say this a bazillion times at this point. But I don't want to go on later and then people are just sleeping. And then what's the fun of being live and catching chat and seeing jokes and having people talk to each other in chat. Yeah, I see a bunch of mistakes in this one. Mostly down near the bottom because that's where things start to curve. But that's because, and actually, those are the very closest set. There's a reason that those are the most out of whack. One, as you get tighter, the camera, trying to get the camera in, because there's no up and down on the build camera yet. Trying to get the build camera into tight spaces, and move around and stuff, and it just gets really difficult. So getting the right and same perspective on each side, becomes a bit more difficult. It's not a bad shot. Where was that? There's another planet. What do you guys think of this one? A butt fan? A cuddle fan? That's not bad. You're right, Joby. I did. I horribly named a Diplo. That was a funny night. Where I mistakenly named it something I don't even remember at this point. There we go. Trying to find some interesting camera views. And the next one I do. So anyway, again, the story is just getting dragged out. Well, we do have a couple hours to hang out, so. Yeah, this one I like. Debating on a leaf on this one. Kind of coming out from the bottom. Backside would work. I could bring it up, have it come around the back here. And I'm actually, this one I might do. Although a small curve would be like, I kind of want like a, say it would, I'll break out the cursor in a minute. Kind of S curve off the back, kind of be tight to the plant, like kind of come in from the ground, be tight to the plant, and then it kind of curl down and back, and then a little back up. I'd like to kind of do something like that. I'm going to work on some R&D stuff with that. Monkey punter, what is going on? Cuddlebutt fan, cuddlebutt fan, cuddle. That's okay. Say that 5 times fast. Cuddlebutt fan, cuddlebutt. Oh, yeah, that's going to get me in trouble. I can see it already. I can hear it already. Ah, it's too bad. We can't. That's a hard one to get in that. Get the planets, all 3 planets in there. I don't think there's anything on the other horizon. That would be just a planet sandwiched between 2 planets. Could you imagine that? Oh, that would be a great find. If like this, oh, could you imagine like a big giant planet horizon here like this, and then you turn around on the other side, and you have another one. It'd be like an alleyway, Be like this narrow. Oh, that would be great. I like the planet coloration too here. They did a great job with this last update, except for some technically stuff that's been happening a lot. Um, the beauty of the game and a bunch of other things is vastly improved. Thank you, Monkey Punter. Playing around with a familiar technique just to kind of get back into things, but trying to do it in a different way. Not taking the same thing I did and just building it again. Taking that technique. And basically, this is my whole idea for the build, and the theme was 2 parts, 4 builds. So this build consists of 2 parts. I mean, leftover parts anyway. A prefab round window and a pill light. That's it. That's all that is. And the structure of it is pill lights, round room, windows, and archways. If you want to get a little fancy, later on you can tilt stuff like I did on the big one, and that involves work. But I think we'll get into that at some point. I want to start making some tutorials on. I'm trying to figure out what to make tutorials on. Beeb's got all the great technical stuff and the good math. I mean, that whole pentagon thing, that pentagram thing that he and Kale and Pez were working on. I know Pez has a version of it as well. I saw him start to make it, but my game went weird and I had to reload, and the setup for his was mind-numbing. Like, why is it like that? And then I watched Beeb's beginning of his, and I'm like, yeah, I need to sit down and watch that. I can't just, casually watch that. I need to, watch it. Oh, yeah, there's the purple. All right, what do these things look like? Let's get a close-up on these. These are little pollinating things. I don't know what they are. And apparently I never will. Could have sworn I saw them. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I saw that. I'm like, before I forget that. Where was I going with all this? I'm losing my mind. Nip, nip. I can't remember anything. Marijuana affects the memory. Monkey punter, for this, similar. You're just laying it flat at this point. I have to bounce around to look for. I may do, another flora build with another kind of flora if I'm missing something. But the 4 I have in mind, I just figured it would make a nice theme, So it's basically 2 shapes, 2 parts, 4 builds. So we have the egg shape slash round shape. So one's more elongated, one's more of a spherical shape, and I can actually even make it more spherical, but and then round. So that was kind of my theme for this whole, set of builds. 2 parts, 2 shapes, 4 builds. And keep it super simple. Like try to make a statement with working within the flora. And as you all heard me, as I've been talking about this, if you want to do something like this, there's some things you're going to have to watch out for. Change in plant, period. Now this one, man, I was throwing stuff all around it and it never deleted. This one hung around, even though you can harvest it. And I think that has to do with this graphic. It could just be me, but I think that's why it's a little more hardy. Is that the lovely and talented corrupter of freighters? The lovely Christie's Beach is in the house. Thank you for joining. Where was I going again? Yeah, and that was the theme that I was going for. Again, I might, find another plant and do something like that with it, but I thought it was an interesting way for me to kind of get back into building after taking a break. I didn't know what to build, had no idea what to make. I have one reference picture that I want to start. I'm hunting the planet for it now. I found a couple of areas that may work. I'm waiting for the little pollinators to come back. I want to see what they look like. Because what the hell are the elephant butt squids? What are we going to call these things? They need a name. They need a name. And they can be named nothing that has to do with an elephant or a squid or a butt or something along those lines, though, mixing it, just because that's what we see them as. We can make up our own name for it. It doesn't have to be a... Oh, don't even tell me you're going to disappear again. Ah, there you are. Alright, we got an elder and a child, too, which is cool. Oh, yeah, these are the puffer fishy looking things. Alright, you are cute, but not as cute as the... Well, we had a flurb and a derb. And flurb and derb are always flurb and derb. There will never be any other than flurb and derb. So these are oh, the butts. That is the funniest thing. The little butts. Little butts. Little butts. Yeah, little butts. Alright. So this, aside from potentially putting the leaf in there, is done. I'm relatively happy with this plant, though. Whoever drew my attention to it. Actually, the other one I'm doing I think I know which base computer it is. Was another kind of void style plant, and I didn't know what I was going to do after that one. And then I think it was Caro suggested this one and sent me a screenshot, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go hunt that one down now. And get the 2 circular ones out of the way, because they're the hardest ones to do. The egg I can essentially do in my sleep. But on an angle becomes a challenge. And I'm going to change it up a little bit this time and elongate it from the first one that we saw tonight. So, blah, diddy, blah, blah, blah. Butamini. Ah, Pez. Butaminis. What are those? Butaminis. Derived from the the Gek word elephant and child. I don't know. elephant and fanny. Alright, here's my little landing pad structure, because it gets a little crusty out here. Nothing fancy, not super fancy. But I wanted to explore the caves here and see if I could find one of these plants underground. Which is probably not going to happen, but if I could, it would be really cool to build another one of these, but underground. So, came in here, built my little, I had to put some overhead lighting in. You notice that well, it's not too bad. I got pretty even on that. A little offset, but got a nice short set of stairs here. You know, simple. This is just for me to practice some decorating things. This won't go away though. Go away! Oh, there you did. Okay. You didn't last time. You know, just practice some like, you know, desk stuff and make some new little thingies. There's not a lot of room in here anyway. So the next one I'm going to start. I just like the slanted roof. I thought that was a neat little touch, you know, to be able to see up the hill. That way you got a view of that. Get a view of the planet as well. I think as you come down the stairs... Yep, there it is. You can see that one. Why do I have a marker over there? Let's investigate. A little check-in terminal or something. I don't know. Messing about. Just making little bits here and there. I'll probably put something up here as well. But that'll probably come from here. And actually, I should have, and didn't think about it. I should have put the doorways in here, but I'll do that next. Actually, can I sneak those in, or did I? Yeah, that's right. I had to glitch some stuff in here. I don't want to tear it apart. But I can build something like it again later. Alright, let's go see where I put that marker on that planet. Yeah, I did a little cladding here. Change up the look a little bit. I've seen some people do that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And also to hide the fact that it was just kind of floating. There was actually, one of the reasons I was able to do this and not worry too much about it is that this was a natural divot in the land. There was a kind of a rectangular shaped hole right there. And I was like, oh, put the landing pad over that and put a little structure underneath it. And I could have done it a lot cleaner, but I was just trying to throw up a quick thing real quick for a landing pad. Alright, let's go investigate that marker. What are you? Why did I put you there? Bitterbeck, what is going on? And anyone who's just dropping in, I'm sure I'll come back and stare at this. I do need to put some lights at the ends of the pedals. Why did I? What planet is? You are Paradise. Oh! Pez, this was the planet I was saying, like, remember you had your base computer issue and for some reason I thought you were going to leave the planet. You were going to search for another planet, and I was like, oh, I got a cool planet that I think you might like. Whoa. What are you? You're an incoming message that I won't understand because I'm in creative mode and have nothing unlocked. Contaminant report. Atmosphere toxicity at maximum sustainable level. End communication. Let's get a closer look at this little thing. Oh yeah, I think I've seen one of these before. Oh, the camera moves so slow through space. Wow. Feel that I'm further away than it appears, but... Oh yeah, okay. That's cool. Moose Gaming, what is going on? You just missed the fourth or the third installment of a 4-part Flora build series. But we'll be back to it. I'm sure a couple of times. It's always good to kind of go back to your build a little bit after you're done with it and pick it apart. What could I have done differently? How can I improve it next time? How can I use what I did here in another way somewhere else? That's always the thought process. And then what am I going to remember and forget in terms of techniques and... Man, there's so many out there now. Oh yeah, that was something I was saying earlier. What I wanted to do for... Yeah, Pez, this is why I picked this spot. It's not perfectly flat, but it was nice, you know, open area. Also because I am looking for a spot, something like down there. Not as deep a cavern as, you know, the first, or the second build, the tree flower. But I kind of want a, need more of an overhang though. That's not, it's an, yeah, interesting shape. And I think I just put the marker down just to hold the planet, but then, oh that's right, and I went looking for that type of plant, went from here to there and found it, and I was like, heck yeah. And I was hoping I would find this planet again by putting the marker down, and then someone's like, yeah, even though it'll be in your discoveries, good luck finding it again. You set the waypoint and you gotta travel, I guess. I don't know how it works, but... Oh, hey, look at that. Crash freighter. I already have a build ready, or a build spot ready for a crash freighter build. Which I am gonna do. That looks interesting. This might work for what I want to do. Yeah, not enough of an overhang. But it's a nice looking planet either way. Relatively Earth-like. I don't think it has water. I think it's a big tennis ball. But... Alright, now we need to go find build site number 4. I have a backup one, but I do want to do a little search and maybe find a slightly better version. Alright, I've got one there, but I should also have one near my freighter, correct? Which should be... Where are you, my freighter? Did I move you somewhere away? I did. Shoot. I had a really great view, too. Although it was by an anomaly, so maybe it was here. Yeah, let's go take a look anyway. See what we got. Excuse me. Alright, what do I got for munchies tonight? I've got some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Big, soft baked, bakery style, almost homemade if they weren't made at a grocery store. Not in a bag or a box, you know, not a Keebler or a Pepperidge Farm. Pepperidge Farms, remember? That was a weird set of commercials. Alright, Pepperidge Farms, you're a little creepy. What do you remember? Alright. Nope, this is not the view I had. But it'll work. Oh, maybe it is. Similar planet, just a different angle. I like the space color here better, though. Oh no, it is, yeah, it is the same thing. Just came at it from a different perspective. Alright, what are you? What kind of planet? What are you? Super critical. Yeah, let's dive in. Just see what it looks like. And what else do I got? Oh. I got stuff that'd make a lot of noise if I were to chomp on that. Got some tater chips. Some tater chips. And I got some hell of a good onion dip in the fridge. And welcome. Some form of kanji I cannot read. Or katakana. I'm not sure which. I think it's katakana, yeah. Whoa, yeah, I'm not digging this already. Can't see a thing. I'm gonna crash into the planet. I don't like the color. We're out. Well, that's a good thing, Space Siri, that we didn't like that planet. Alright, we have a ringed planet around here somewhere. There you are. No, I want to go to the planet, not the space station way down there. Otherwise, I would have pointed my cursor at you. What the hell? Did they just warp in like right? Yeah. Oh, hey guys, you warped in a little close, don't you think? I was trying to pulse over to that planet over there, and you. Might want to check your flight path next time. Coming out of warp speed without doing your calculations can cause an accident. And if you should be in some form of spacecraft accident, might I recommend the law firm of Atlas, Geck, and Korvik. Ah. I have no interest in your wares, sir. I don't know if you've had any peanut M&Ms recently, but somebody fell asleep at the wheel. I got a batch that are not very well shaped, and the gloss is like, almost like the peanut they used in there was like a half a peanut, not a full peanut. It was a little depressing. Law firm of AP&G. Thank you, Pez. I'm going to need that later. What kind of planet are you? You are a... Is that a build site under the rainbow? It would be if it had an EM field. Let's find out. Nay, nay. It says it does, but... yeah. Alright, well, we got a nice looking planet. At least right now, it's nighttime. Lots of planets look great at night. What does this planet look like during the day? Whoa. Alright, we'll do a little walkabout. See how the sun rises here. See if there's any critters. We got a ton of shooting stars. Little meteors here. I'd almost like it if it were a little fewer. Not as bombarding. That might be planetary too, I wonder. I mean, it looks like we're getting... actually, oh! Are these on a random? I wonder if you could map these out and build something that looks like it's being fired upon from space. Because it looks like these keep going to a central point over there. Keep an eye on the center of that screen right there, between that little island, that floating island there. That whole area looks like it's just being bombarded constantly. You know what? I have music off. No wonder things are wacky. I'm like, why is it so quiet? I'm feeling uncomfortable. And there's no vibe. We need a vibe. It's like I'm so used to playing my own music all the time while playing this game. Well, with building. When I'm exploring, I turn it off and I use the game stuff because it's soothing and pleasant. There we go. I'm like, we're in a planet, but I hear nothing. Alright, now it seems to have slowed down a little bit. It was getting bombarded for a minute. But alright, now nothing's happening. Alright, now it's over here. I mean, it would be cool if it were planetary too, like, you know, one planet gets bombarded by, you know, on a regular basis. Other planets, you just see them on a random. Oh, here we go. Here's the sunrise. That's what I was writing on. Not a bad looking planet. Not what I'm looking for, but it sure is pretty. Alright, let's get out of here. It's fun to explore again. Ooh, wait a minute. What's that over there? What are you over there? I don't want to do too much exploring. I would like to get some building down. I mean, it is Throwing Parts Thursday after all, so even if we go hitting R&D and... Ooh. Damn it, wrong kind of planet, but that would be perfect for what I want to do. Shh, of course. Damn it. Maybe not. Come to think of it. Hold on a minute. coloration actually might work. Maybe. But that is a nice little bit to work with. But I'm guessing there's no EM field. Oh. But not near where we need it. Maybe? Maybe? Being the side of a hill. This build I need an EM field for. The one I want to do, my next one is a structural build, not an art project like these. I need a very specific set of stuff. And yeah, no, it's nowhere near where I need it, right? Yeah, of course not. And it gets a little funky right about there. Never mind. Interesting, but not. We're out of here. It almost looks like snow, like a... Doesn't it look like it's a snowy planet, but temperate? Specific set of skills. GT, what is going on? Trav, what is going on? Miyama, welcome. Kenneth Tracer, welcome. Bitterbeck, did I say hi to you? I did. I'm pretty sure I did. And I wish I knew how to pronounce your name. With the smile and the thumbs up. With the kanji or katakane, I'm not sure. Alright. It's kind of a neat planet, though. It does have kind of a... almost looks like patches of snow. Like spring thaw. Colors are pretty. Yeah. Well. That atlas doesn't move, right? That'll be there. That's kind of... That one's in that... That one is in this area of space is kind of what I'm getting at. Alright. Oh, yeah, this would be perfect. I don't trust the terrain, though. It looks too weird. It's almost perfect. Alright. And I'm done with this one. Pardon me there, critters. Gotta land my ship here. Don't want to crush you. Apparently I... Sorry about that, buddy. Unintentionally. I told you to move. Alright, cool. So I can find this planet again if I need to. There might be something, you know, an outcropping there that I might, you know, need. I need like this specific kind of shelving, like overhang, very similar to something that I had in an early my first, you know, month of streaming. All right, what else was here? Anything? What are you? Super critical? No. Oh yeah, that's right. That was the one we're like, no, we can't be there. It's not a very pretty planet. Alright, base markers and some of the builds. Where's my freighter? My freighter was supposed to be parked by that. See, I've got this cluster of base computers right in the same vicinity. And that. And I know I had. Maybe I moved it somewhere and was. Because I was kind of warping around trying to stay in the same neighborhood, so I wasn't. Wanted to investigate a whole cluster, just stay within this realm, not get too lost. Unless I was out specifically searching for something I couldn't find in the vicinity that I had already been to. Alright, where is my freighter? Don't make me call it in. I would rather just warp to it. But I don't think we're going to be able to, so. I lost my freighter. Alright. Alright, let's make this quick and dirty. Get out of here. I should have probably labeled the other build site. But let's see if I can't find it in the space station. Well, I'm still breathing, GT. Hanging in there. I wouldn't say I'm living the dream or anything, but pretending things are better than they are, trying to cop a slightly better attitude. It's tough when things are tough to not be down and negative sometimes, but sometimes you just gotta try and lift yourself up out of it. And that's what I've been trying to do. Everyone's going through so much craziness. Hopefully things are going to start to get better soon. And the world will be a much nicer place. Alright, let's see if I remember where. I did that one. Flowers. Be great if it was right next to those, but I don't think it is. Oh, good luck, Miyamo. Miyamo, rather, excuse me. I hope it is nothing serious. I've never had to have an MRI. I hear they're claustrophobic. Feeling and odd. Similar to a cat, you gotta lay in that thing. It's a magnetic resonance imaging machine. The only reason I know that is because my brother was an X-ray tech. And please do not be in an extended warp. Thank you. Alright. Yes. Perfect. The huggers. Oh, the hugger. I have a feeling this is unfortunately going to be a very phallic build. That's my only concern. Or very weird, or I don't know. Hard to say. I'm not. What's the other word? So my thought here. As this big lumbering creature comes out, is to have the egg tilted at the angle, floating above a little bit, as if this opened up and the egg was, that's what was inside, like it was growing it or holding it or something along those lines. And I'm not near chat, so give me a moment. I'm going to stare at this for a minute This is what I do when I come into a build site initially. I look at it, try to picture the thing there. Thankfully, I'm not looking at a huge piece of terrain right now. It's a lot of camera movement. So I'm seeing the middle section of the egg is probably going to be right about in the middle of this. Going to probably take up the entire thing, I'm thinking. We also need to look at it in different... Oh, and look at this. It'll work with a theme, too. Excellent. We got a planet in the background, blah, blah, blah. That'll be nice and themey. Themey. Thematic. Yeah, this is kind of going to be a... It's going to be a little bit of a creepy one. I don't know if I should make this the 4th installment. There's another one. I could build 2. My other thought is... But then it just looks like it's pooping this thing out. Is, you know, around one of those, the ones on this, the little spindly legs. Like the hugger is kind of where I'm at. Just to go with the egg theme anyway, the void egg theme, you know. And that's where the hugger comes in. I always want to say it like they've, you know, that's where they were incubated. Ooh. Oh, I could do like kind of an electric, some sort of control panel, monitoring station, like an incubation station, maybe? Yeah, because we got these tubey things coming off of it. We got these little... And those look like the controls in the ship. That little plant right there. Do I have a living ship in this save? I think I do. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. Let me switch my living ship. Alright, let me call the freighter in. Alright. Time to do work, son. Do work. I gotta start doing some work here. Babbling away while I do it. I think the egg will fit in this. I think. Oh, geez, I don't know. I mean, it looks large enough that it would. It looks like an upside-down lobster. Thank you, GT, I know. And thank you to everyone who resubscribed, and thank you to my new subscribers. I really, really appreciate it. Got a long way to go to get back to where I was. So, sorry about the mic noise. It's all about the journey. So, alright, this has that in it, which I could turn into some sort of attendant, or just add some, you know, we could do like a biomechanical vibe here. And the squishy noises that these dudes are making is adding to the creepiness of this. Yeah, those. See the tall one there? I could wrap an egg around that, but See, like this is holding an egg, you know what I mean? And these other ones are open. So there's an egg inside that. I could build the egg around that and have the... No, because the tentacles would come through the sides. Alright, let's see here. I got a base computer down here, don't I? I do. Alright, let's see here. Windows. Where are you, the Windows? I wish I could turn you. Alright, so that segment's about a window. And then there's layer 2. Oh, maybe not. There's layer 3. There's layer 1. There's layer 2. 3 would be probably in the ground. Alright, no. This one looks a little more standing. Let's take a look at this one here. But do we have the planet in the background? And it's at the same angle anyway, okay. And these are kind of opposing one another, which I like. Okay, so... uh-oh, is there a new quote? Did I see a quote? A successfully added quote? Uh-oh. I have a feeling this is going to be, oh no. Of course, my quotes are going to be weird. But that's the point, I suppose. Alright. Great. Yeah, but I do have a feeling it's going to be, yeah, no, this works. Yeah, we can definitely fit one in here, no problem. Well, no, actually, here's the key. Can't even see it. Where are you? Alright, how are we going to do this? 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 We need an angle. You're phasing. Which that immediately I don't like. And actually, are you phasing with everything? Give me a pill light. You are my marker for that. Where are you? Oh, good. Okay. Alright, we got a center line. That's a bonus. I'm going to cut you open. See what's inside. We got a center line. And this should set our angle. See if we can't flatten it. That's going to be the... There we go. Is that tilted? Well, let's find out. Alright, here comes the true test of... Alright, I'm not phasing through that one. That's a bonus. Nor this one, so I actually have a place to stand. Do I like the one with this stuff crawling up on it? I mean, that one's the one where you'd get a view of the planet behind it with the thing, so I'm going to say okay. Get these... It's being fed by this. I don't know, something's weird with this. Alright, so we got it. Got our pill light. Let's see what happens. Are we going to destroy this? Please don't disappear. Stick around, stick around, stick around. Pretty please. Pretty, pretty please. So, I'm not very smart when it comes to all the angly and whatnot. As you all know, I just kind of throw things and hope it works. So we're going to try that right now. Alright. doesn't matter if it's at a little tilt, it's round. I don't like it. Alright, so that's tilting off to the right. So if I flatten that out again, it looks flat. Ah, there we go. That's flat though, I want angle. Yeah, right there. It's like dipping. That's usable. Twisted. Okay, now if I'm doing that, that means I'm gonna come up. Just go at that angle. Guess I'm gonna go from behind, underneath. Let's just see if this is gonna work. Good enough. Okay, yep. Alright, see that flattens it, and if I put it in the middle, it has that funky little tilt. Alright, nope. Let's try something else. We're closer on this side. We need to move over, so if I remove this pill light, let's bring up the block again. And it's going to phase through, so I can't see it. Alright, what else doesn't phase through that I can use as a jumping off point? That goes flat. Alright, pill lighted. Panel's going to go flat. No, it's going to phase through. That phases through. This, on the other hand, and I can rotate it. Which allows me to oh wait, I can't build it. Alright, you green anywhere? No. Alright, so you don't want to even be here. Shazbat. Alright, so it looks like it is you. The wonderful pill light. And some guessing. Apologize. Hush. I know. Not quite what I wanted. It's been happening a lot lately. Ended up with a wire glitch. Again. And that built where? Over here? Okay. Interesting. There we go. Close enough. That's all we need. That's all we need is close enough. For this. We're at an off angle though, I don't like that. But that's the angle I want, I think. Because that would... I mean, this is curling, so it's going to be a little tough. You know, I want to have the top of the egg right about here. Well, actually, hold on, where's mid-band? Top of the egg's going to be about here. And then it'll be right about here, hopefully on the bottom. So I'm hoping it'll end at this segment here and end right around the the feeding tubes or whatever they are. Whatever we deem them to be later. Alright. Is that twisting? Do I want? Is that... Can I get away with that? Can I get away with this? I think I can. We're gonna find out in a minute though, aren't we? Oh, I'm starving. I didn't eat dinner yet. I usually don't eat on Thursday. I usually just like munch. Fork! You know what? I was dumb anyway. I should have measured some stuff before I did all this. But you know what? I don't care. It's going to give me an excuse to practice and try a couple of different shapes to see which looks better. But now that we're there, I'm going to try the quick and dirty way and see if it works for starters. It's going to be a little lower than I want, so we're going to come down. And try the old way without doing... Yeah, actually, never mind. We could do that. No, we don't. We don't want to do that. Alright. This is going to be... Actually, you know what I should do? I wonder if I leave and come back, if it's going to be... This is not a hardy plant, apparently. So this might be a case of throw up my block and just get an idea of where it's going to be. I think we're going to do that for now. And hope that we are where we want to be. But I am going to try a reload or something and see if I can't do something with it. Bye bye lobster. Sorry. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. Maybe a little bit. And sing like that guy. See, just when I think that I'm a horrible singer, I got to remember that there's some people out there who just can't sing and yet are famous. I should have done some measurements. This one was going to be a little bit harder to measure. I kind of needed to see, you know what, screw this. I needed to see visually on this one because the arms and where it's going to lay on the tummy. So I need this to grow back anyway. So, and when it grows back, I'll be able to see like where that round room is, because that's the amount of spacing I'm going to need. And if I need to move it from there, I'll be able to. We can do some other stuff anyway while we're doing that. Where's my base computer? Alright, here's my ship. My base computer is not far behind. But I want to say that here's that thing that was going up onto the belly. The belly would have been about here, and the arms are going to hopefully be, you know, a little bit of negative space between each one. So, you know, I'm hoping to get a bit of negative space probably from about here to here-ish, I'm guessing. And if it grabs it, all the better. That's why I'm almost thinking maybe I should make a perfect circle version of this, as opposed to the round room version of it. But, and that's why there's a round room here. It's just so I can see the circumference of what I'm about to put there without having to build a bunch of stuff, you know. So I'll get it ready now to see when it grows back if that, you know, that'll actually also tell me where my center band's going to end up. Thank you again, Pez. Thank you, thank you. I need a computer so I can make my streams better. And there we go. Now we hope it grows back. We're going to bounce around a little bit. We'll do the usual testing for a little while. And I'm going to be primarily right here, I would imagine. Actually, no, I'm going to be primarily over here. So... oh yeah, phaser. Duh. Alright, let's get out of here for a little bit. So this is where the next one's going to be, though. So, the Hugger. The Void Egg Incubator. Void Egg Nursery, something like that for this one. This one, I guess, has a name and a theme to it. The Void Egg ones, you know, kind of have their theme. The flowers are just, they're pretty. And actually, let's put a landing pad down as well. And we'll, oh yeah, so we'll have a whole, yeah, we can do something like that, like have the nursery of some sort, or find a good place for a landing pad. Ah, not there. Does my build work over here? This wouldn't be bad. It does indeed. Good, good, good. So we got one there and one there. Perfect. Okay, there's our round room. I don't want to be that far away, so let's not. Ah, did you see that? Did you see that go and lower itself? Yeah, these are all, yeah, that one's too close for that. Damn it. Yeah, screw it. Yeah, the draw distance is crazy. Like, doesn't seem as good as it used to. Oh, whoa. That's cool. Alright, this is where I'm going to build the landing pad area, but for now I'm just going to throw a landing pad down. Yep, and we got a view of it. Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. And then whenever all this stuff grows back, ah, you tease. I thought you were going to be a cave. Alright, while we're waiting for this to settle and grow back, let's go look for a potential in case this one I decide not to do for some reason. And also for our other, yeah, Moose, I wish we could have people like just chilling around, you know. Alright. I think that's gonna work, but I don't know. Oh, you know what? I know, I can tell. No. I don't think that's gonna work. That might. Oh, yeah, it might actually. Alright, we gotta wait to see where it grows back. Alright, let's get out of here. We're out of here. Which more like a queen? Alright, let's go ahead to the R&D. Let's throw some stuff around for a little bit. Oh, wait a minute, I was going to call my freighter in for something, wasn't I? Why did I need my freighter? Did I need my freighter? Or was that just because I wanted to find it? No, I didn't need it. Okay. Enra Silver, welcome. Well, we got a few extra people in here now. Before we hit R&D, I'll stop by the, yeah, I'll throw some parts in the little reception area for that area. Why not? Maybe I'll build a better viewing area for the other one. No, I want to keep that au natural. I do need to do some Quicksilver missions because I want to get that plant that people is using. This one here. I need to do 2 Quicksilver missions though. I'll do those tomorrow morning. Nobody wants to watch that. I'm sorry, 10469225574. I'm gonna have to decline. And I can't. Why can't I decline? Oh, come on. Why can't I decline? Hello? Yeah, no, we're gonna have to. I apologize, but I am live streaming, so another time perhaps. I hope you have wonderful and adventurous travelers. Or travels, traveler. But I must leave you now. That was weird that I couldn't deny it. Right, Emra? Like, what the heck was that? I'd be pissed if that was like Sean, like, breaking into my game, like, yo, bro, what up? Like, that would ever happen. Quit trying to break my game. But I'm not. I love your game. I just want to see what I can get away with. Boyd, woohoo! Beeble Bum, woohoo! Fear the Worm, woohoo! Some fucking awesome builds here. Alright, my base. It's all about my base, about my base, about my base. We're gonna go view the new one. And then we'll go to R&D. Yeah, right, Christy. I wish. That'd be awesome to play No Man's Sky with Sean. Dude, I'd love it. Love to see how he goes about, like, playing the game, you know? Like, or even build. Like, I wonder if he builds. I never even thought about that until right this second. Like, I wonder if Sean actually builds in the game. I wonder if he, like, creates stuff in the game that way. I mean, he's probably too busy trying to make the game, but I'm sure they play it as well. I mean, I'd love to be able to play it and be like, all right, I need to add this thing. You know, if I was working it, like, I'm playing the game, I'm like, oh yeah, I need this part. All right, let's build that. All right, go in, make the part, then build with it later on, you know? But I'm sure at this point, I've been long forgotten by the Hello Games crew in terms of, you know, I was featured in one of their trailers, and as a mention after the bite beat of, you know, some of the music that they dug on, or the use of the bite beat for, you know, when it first came out. And I'm still glad that there's, you know, some people who are still working with it, like Veritas Velez, for example, who's going to be, I don't know if, can I say something, or should I'll hold off? That's not my place, unless I'm told to, that it's okay. So I should probably talk to him tomorrow and ask, unless he's still in chat. And if you are still in chat and you want to say anything about it, go right ahead. All right, so I just want to come here and show the new people who's showing up the new build. It's off there in the distance. I'm just having a little bit of death. Pardon me. Just need a minute. And then I'm going to try and play with this little waiting area. Now, see, the last little reception area I did the windows from the ground up, tilting out. And this one I wanted to have it tilt down so that you could see out in a different way. And that landing pad area was much cooler than this one, because I was actually thinking about making it. This one I was like, I need a place for a landing pad. There's a hole in the ground. Let me put something there. Because, like, again, I wanted to sort of keep the flower a natural element, but I'm kind of thinking this is like, you know, something that these plants give off. That's, you know, when we get up to it, you'll see, and you already know the little, you know, pollen mist. You know, maybe you're collecting it for something. You know, maybe it's, I don't know, it's an aphrodisiac. I don't know, it's space Viagra. You know, some sort of medicine, or, you know, let's be more practical and realistic. Some form of medicine. I suppose it could be cure-all of anything, whatever it needs. It detects what your body needs and fixes the problems. That would be an incredible thing. All right. Good. Yeah, perfect timing. That's what I was waiting for. We're gonna take a walk out the door. We'll come back and we'll throw parts in there in a minute. At least we gotta throw some parts. It is throwing parts Thursday after all. I must have to throw some parts. But if we give a little bit of time, warp around, I'm hoping when we go back to the other planet. Vangelis, what is up? Oh no, I'm on a hill and I didn't reckon. Yeah, this plant was perfect for making something like this. Absolutely perfect. Oh, I wish somebody was in game so I could keep the camera moving and, you know, have all the motion and move around it without the build camera. But I wish we had the cinema camera. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm alright with that. I'm thinking about a leaf. Yeah, that's what we'll do in the R&D. I'll mess around with a leaf shape. That'll be interesting, I guess. Yeah, I really like this. I wish I could have centered it, though. Frickin'. Sessa frillin' frizzin' fraggin' flurbin' durbin' glurbin'. Moose, what up? Right on. I'm sure I could get Pez in here momentarily, or Joby, even if he's still. The irony would be he's really boring to play with. Yeah, right. He's like, yeah, I just like to sit in the space station and watch the, you know, the characters interact and watch the ships fly in. GT, thank you. The perfect planet for it. It just, and the funny thing is, it was the first time that I was actually hunting one of these plants down, and I had never seen one in the wild. I had never run into one, you know, that I can remember. I don't remember seeing them. I saw them in somebody's stream, but I hadn't physically ran into one, and it had bioluminescent grass. The coloration at night was decent. During the day was And then I'm like, oh, I'm making a flower here, and they had like the little, what do we call them again? Butterfants? Butterfant? No. What do we call them? Where are they? Who is in my chat? Hey, what's going on? Welcome, Pez and Joby. And hey, yeah, we can go hit up R&D. It's always fun to have multiple people throwing stuff around. All of a sudden there was voices in my head. I'm like, what's going on? And once I didn't realize that weren't normally there. What do we call those little things?
Voices?
Yeah. No, not the voices. The voices in my head. I already have names for them. Okay, Moose Gaming, you know, yes. Veritas Velez is making a Byte Beat radio station. Yeah. I still don't have, like, oh, yeah, Discord. I saw it on Discord, too. Duh. But I don't have my Twitter. I got to get another Twitter. Just everything here. The landscape worked. Oh, thank you for joining, by the way. Right now I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Things are moving. I got these little things flying around it, and, every once in a while, pollinating it. Yeah, this is a great, I mean, it's simple, but not, that's what my goal was, too, like, just this one object, and try and make it interesting without having to do, like, this enormous, sphere and dome and space station and, just something simple to get back in, I'm like, I can't daunt myself with that, I haven't been building for a period of time. Nice, Joby, with the land, with the ship there. Yeah, I don't know. I was just coming back. I couldn't see myself like getting into something that complicated, right off the bat. I was like, now, chill and do something I'm familiar with. Oh yeah, I'm loving this one. This one came out good. Did I just compliment myself? Hold on, let me down myself a little bit. It's not centered. And I do still have to throw the lights in there. Let's do that. Let's do some work. I apologize. I'm just, you know how it is. You know how I am. I'm crazy. 15 minutes off of work, and it's a mystery what's going to happen. All right, where do I want to put the lights so I can hide them? Do I want to put them in for real? I tried hiding them earlier, but I was getting the dot, and I didn't like it. I don't think I can hide lights in here. Let's try here first. If I cannot, then I am not. Actually, let's go to R&D. I'm going to do a little more camera here, and because Joby's in game. Joby, did you want to throw parts, or? Yeah? I don't know if Pez was, Oh, Pez is... Oh, jumped out as Joby is there. Anyway, back to building. Yeah, totally understand that, brother. Deavante, hey, welcome. I missed you. Hopefully I didn't miss anybody else. And Vangelis. Oh, did I say hi to Vangelis? I hope so. I miss Vangelis. How you doing? Good to see some of the familiar faces in here. Yeah, I'm stoked with this build. This came out good. Even if it is off-center, it works. It's the plant, and that was the whole point of these builds, is I wanted the plant to kind of make the build be what it is. The void egg, it's the plant that makes that build. We've seen the egg, we've seen the seed, it's, you know, a familiar thing. But put it with that plant and in that position, or, you know, with the pearl inside, and it's a whole different thing. You know what I mean? And same with this, you know, it's a simple setup for the most part. It's a little monotony, but, and some measuring and trying to figure it out, you know. I'm sure people could figure out a smart way. You know, he'd look at it and go, yeah, you need to do this, that, the other thing. That's going to get your angle. Now your height, you need to do this and that. But first you need to, like, do a bunch of these things first. Oh, no, let me simplify it. Okay, do this, this, and this, and then you'll get everything you need. Now go. I'm like, where I'm like, all right, I think this is right. Let me build part of it. Nope, that's not going to work. All right, I need to go up a little bit, maybe back a little bit. All right, let me start again. I'll build part of it. Closer, but now I need to do this. All right. And then usually the third attempt I'm as close as I'm going to get. This one took 5. Because the first 2 were at a wrong angle and I could not. And then I finally realized it. I was like, maybe if I bring it down or maybe if I do this or that, you know, it's going to solve my problem, but it did not. And then I had to change the angle, and then I got the angle better, but my center was a bit off. I need to do that slowly. Doucement. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Will I make another one of these? Maybe. I see a plant down there, maybe. We'll see what happens. Alright. Let's hit the R&D. Oh, the little cute little... What do we call them? Butanili. Yeah, the Butanilis. Butanili. Well, maybe not. That's alright. How about that's a work in progress? You got a point there. I didn't think about it. Yeah, Fusili. Alright, let's head to R&D. I was almost debating on like a small garden if there was a group of them. I don't need EM fields for these builds. That's the other thing about these builds. is you can build where you want based on the flora. And I'm sure there's other ways to do these, you know, and other things you can incorporate and, you know, try to work with these really cool new bits and pieces of flora that exist. Oh, looks like our dirt grew back in. That's weird, because that wasn't there at all, period. Alright. Alrighty. My base goes round and round and down and down and down and down. My base goes glitchy, glitchy with the glitchy pill lights. Oh, thank you, GT. Well, it's not my first build coming back. It's my first build series, I guess. You know, I suppose a familiarity isn't a bad thing, you know. But I wanted to do it different, not just have that thing, you know. It's like, I can build that. That's nothing new. But then I saw the cool flora, and I was like, Old build, new trick. So far, I mean, I like them all for different reasons, but I'm kind of curious to see how this hugger build's going to come out. Thank you, Christy. Alright, I'm at R&D if you feel like it slinging over. I should probably clean some of this mess up in a minute. Yeah, let's close these down and at least cut some of that action out. I think that's why some of it's hard to load too. I deleted the big monstrosity. Which that I want to build somewhere else, and that is, you know, a combination of two old things into a new thing. Alright. Leaf. Oh yeah. So, playing around with this thing. And then Pez made that. What is that weird noise going on with your side of the noises there, Joby? Yeah, there's like a psh going on. That right there. Psh. There's like a motion. Maybe it's a microphone hitting something. Yes, 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 that. Okay. Rubbing against your manly stubble. So this was my first attempt at like a leaf shape. With these parts, you know, so I gotta stay with that bit. I don't remember how I did it now, which is going to be the sad and funny thing at the same time. So let's try and figure it out. Alright, let's leave that there, actually, as a guide. And I gotta remember how to make, you know how to make curves. I forgot. I gotta remember the Olo stuff and whatnot. I know it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pyramids on a circular thing. On the third one, you put a block, and then you start it again or something. Or on the end, I forget how it works. Something like that. It'd take me about 10 minutes to just try a couple things to remember, but I remember the basics. But I want to try and send with the windows. That's going to be different because the windows have their own curves. So, alright, let's get rid of these because that didn't work. No, you son of a.